Hello again, this is Ashwin. Welcome back to my tutorial on OpenCV3 and Python. In this tutorial, we are going to see how to create OpenCV color palette application using trackbar component, trackbar GUI component in OpenCV. Okay, so let us get started with programming. Let us import the essential libraries first. Import CV2. Okay, sorry. Okay, I guess I typed it in console. So let's import CV2. Okay, and let's even start including the comments. Importing importance needed libraries. Okay, import CV2, import numpy as np. So these two lines import all the essential libraries. Now let's write the main function, main, and let's define it as an empty function as of now, and just like write if name equals to main, then just call main. Okay, so now this is a simple Python program, like the basic Python program structure. So let's execute it and make sure everything is fine. Yeah, everything seems to be fine. There is no error in the program. Now let us get started with the real image processing part. Now let's modify the main function. So first thing that we have to do, we have to define an empty image. Okay, so image, for that numpy is the best place, right? Image equal to np dot zeros. Let's define a color image, 512 by 512, 512, and it should be RGB image. The data type should be np dot uint of 8. So this defines a black image completely, and it's an RGB image. The color of that image is going to be black. Resolution is going to be 512 by 512. Now let's create a named window. So before that, we can just create a window name, a variable window name equal to OpenCV color palette, OpenCV BGR, blue, green, and red, color, PALETTE. I hope the spelling of palette is correct. I'm not very good with spellings. Now let's create a named window, cv2.named window, and then let's pass the window name as an argument. So it is going to create a named window of that. Now let's display this thing. Okay, let's display this thing on screen. And now we are going to use an innovative technique which is used for displaying anything continuously on the screen till we press escape key. So while true, we are going to display the image cv2.imshow imshow of window name, and let's see the image. Okay, image. So now let's save this, and if now this is a continuous loop. It is going to continuously display the image. It's the name of the variable also is image, or let's say img1 for the sake of convenience. Let's make it img1. Okay, so it is continuously going to show that stuff, and yeah, and we just need to make sure that the loop breaks when we press escape key on the keyboard. So if cv2.wait key equal to 27, so 27 is the key, 27 is the code for the escape key. Okay, so we are just going to say break, and break, yeah, this is going to break the loop and it is going to exit the program. So let us test whatever we have created. Okay, and I have forgotten the destroy windows function. Okay, so cv2.destroy all windows. So this function call is going to destroy all the windows on cv2. So that's it. So this is like a very simple program which is going to continuously display an image till we press till we hit the escape key on the keyboard. So let's cross the fingers and execute this code. I'm actually executing this code after so many days, so I'm not quite sure like if there is going to be any error in this code. So let's execute it. Let's see if the logic is perfect. And this is the window as expected, like 512 by 512 window, completely black, 3 channels RGB, and we have actually made every member of this image like 0, right? Every tuple and every member of every tuple is 0. That's why it's showing the black thing. And let me hit the escape key now. Once I hit the escape key, the window is going to disappear. Yeah, now this logic works perfectly. So see, we could have actually used the earlier logic, like we could have just like waited for a key press, and we could have then terminated the execution of the program. But here we are supposed to update the image very frequently. So whenever we are supposed to update the image very frequently, this logic is predominantly used. Okay, so this is one of the building blocks of the code. So this logic is actually predominantly used whenever we are supposed to refresh the image every time. Like very soon we are going to get started with the video processing in Python and OpenCV. So that time the same logic is going to be very useful. So this is going to be very handy. So you better understand how this piece of code is working, because this piece of code is going to be repeated in almost every tutorial from now onwards. So this is very simple, right? It just shows the image, it waits for the key press, and if the key is escape, then it breaks the flow and then it destroys all the window. So this loop is only true as long as we do not press the escape key on the keyboard. So this is it. Okay, so now we just need to add the track bars to that, because we just need to create a color palette as I have said earlier. So let's create like a couple of track bars. cv2 dot create track bar is the function. Okay, I guess T has to be caps, it has to be uppercase. Create track bar is the function, and B. Okay, so let's create a track bar for blue thing, and we need to also associate the window name with that, and the starting position and the ending position, and then we need to pass a function. I mean, we need to pass the name of the function which it is supposed to invoke when we move the like slider of the track bar around. So as of now, we haven't defined any function for that. So let's define a function for that also. Def empty function empty function and pass. So anyway, we are not going to perform any action when we are gonna move the slider position. Okay, so we just need to read the values. So there is a different function for that. We are going to have a look at it in a moment. This is for blue, this is for green, and this one is for red. So see now, let me explain it again. This is the name. Okay, let me explain all the arguments again, parameters again. So this is the name of the color, right? This is the name of the track bar. This is the name of the window it is associated with. This is the minimum value associated with the track bar. Okay, minimum value of the range, and this is the maximum value of the range, and this is the function which it is supposed to access, or it is supposed to call when we move the slider. Okay, so whatever it could be. As of now, we are not going to require this, I mean this functionality, right? We are not going to perform any action as such when the slider moves. So we are going to take care of all those actions in this while loop. Okay, so now this is done, right? So finally we are gonna fetch the current values of the track bar positions, right, and manipulate our the parameters of our image accordingly. So blue equal to yeah, so get track bar position. Okay, so get track bar position is the function which is going to return the current value of the track bar. So so for that we need to pass the name of the track bar as well as the name of the window it is associated with, and we need to call this twice, one for green and one for red. Okay, B G and R. So now this is gonna, yeah, let's see what the get track bar pause. Okay, so it says undefined. Okay, it says undefined function, but I don't know what's, okay, it is not undefined function anymore. Okay, so let's save this thing. Now let's create a composite image. Let's actually create a composite image out of this. This is how we create an image, right? By merging all these channels. It's blue, BLUE, green, and red in that order. So as all of us know that OpenCV3 displays that stuff, displays anything in displays the color images in blue, green, and red format. Okay, so this is it. So let's now execute this code and let's see what happens. I'm not quite sure. It's still okay. I haven't actually used CV2. I guess I forgot using CV2 because these functions are the part of CV2 library, OpenCV library. So by mistake I had forgotten those to use those. So let's restart the prompt. We can also for debugging print the values of red, blue, green, and red. Should we print? Yes, we should print, I guess. Okay, let's save it. Now let's execute this code and let's see what the output could be. Now let's just have a look at the code in order to see any possible errors. Okay, visually if you could identify any error before executing it, then it will be like less painful while debugging it again. Okay, it doesn't seem to have any error as of now. Okay, so okay, now this is like debug values, okay, on the console, and this is the window. Now let's change the colors and see it's, yeah, if it changes the colors. Yes, it is changing the color. You can see this, the green value is 0 and all. Okay, so now let's, red color is full, 255. Yeah, this is like dark blood red. Okay, and now let's make like green, dark green, and we want dark blue, right? So this is how this track bar pause works. Okay, I mean every time. So now let me explain how this code works again if you haven't understood. Whenever we move any one of these sliders, right? So it calculates. I mean this get track bar pose POS. This is going to give us the position of the track bar. Okay, it is going to be one of these 256 values, and it will assign it to the color channel. And then we are going to merge all the color channels, and then we are going to assign that composite image to our image IMG1. Okay, and then we are also like printing these values for the purpose of debugging. Okay, and anyway those values are printed on the screens anyway, that's why. So this is how the program for creating an OpenCV color palette works. So let me know if you have any other idea, like we can improve this program, or if you have any sort of suggestion on like how we can add some more features to this program to make it more interesting, in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot. Let me know your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you next time.